Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment in my Emacs for Writers series. In this video, we're going to be making a quantum leap in your Emacs writing experience. We're going to be learning how you can take your beautifully constructed org mode documents and export them to formats that will be acceptable in the wider publishing marketplace. Because let's face it, as much as you love that beautifully organized plain text file, the market does not know what to do with it. You've got to compile that org mode document into Microsoft Word format. That's exactly what we'll be covering in this video, so stay tuned. Let's get into it. Before we begin, I will mention that this educational video series is based on my Emacs for Writers handbook. If you want to follow along with the text, there is a link below where you can download the DRM free ebook. Some key concepts we'll be discussing in this video: Open Office file export basics, creating standard manuscript format templates, and some file organization theory. So we've already seen in previous videos how you can invoke the export dispatcher to convert your org mode document into other formats. I'm going to expand on that just a little today by exporting our document out to the OpenOffice ODT format, which you can use as sort of a middleman format for outputting to Microsoft Word, which is the generic, most commonly accepted format in the marketplace, even if it's not always the most convenient for people who write in plain text. And there are a few high-profile authors who do. So let's start with a basic org mode document here for a short AI-generated article on home theater equipment that we're going to be using as an example. So let's say we take this document here and just do a base export to the ODT format. So Control-C, Control-E to open the export dispatcher. And the commands we're going to be using are O for export to ODT, and we can do capital O to export it and open it. And so here it is. So you'll notice as soon as you open this up, it's exactly what you would expect. It even has some default styling. This is pretty good. It took everything from your org mode file and reformatted it without you having to copy and paste or do anything to process it by hand. And from here, you can easily save this as a Microsoft Word document or an RTF or a PDF, whatever you like. However, this is not standard manuscript format. The writer's marketplace in general has a few common conventions, which you can find online and elsewhere. I'm not going to cover it too in depth because different editors may have different requirements, but basically you'll need Times New Roman font, 12-point, double-spaced. So how do you get that? So first of all, as a caveat, if you're using Linux, depending on your distro, your system might not have come with Microsoft fonts like Times New Roman, so you may have to Google it up and install those. Otherwise, if you use something similar like an alternative serif font, it probably will be still accepted, should be just fine. But again, that depends on where you're sending your manuscript and how strict they are. If you're on Mac and Windows, of course, then you will likely already have these fonts, so not to worry. So in order to have the proper formatting applied every time you do an export to the OpenOffice format, you can easily just edit this output file here that you've got and then save it as a standard manuscript formatted template. I've gone ahead and already set up an SMF formatted file, so I can show you exactly how to use that template with your org mode file. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this declaration at the top of our org mode file. So this is ODT_styles_file. And then we're going to do the path to our, so that's going to be in the templates directory. And the template is smf.ott. We can see it right here. So all we're doing is putting in that file path. And let's go ahead and demo that out and see the different result that we get. Okay, so there you go. So we can already see it filled in our author and title right there, as was expected. Of course, this header information up here is part of the standard manuscript format. In my own personal script that I use, it replaces this with a rounded word count, and it puts the document short title in here. But I'm using the base export functionality in this video, so you can just edit these by hand. I'll do another video later about my personal export scripts. But that is it. That's how you can use an export template to get the necessary standard manuscript formatting that you need. Now, we can talk about some file organization theory. So if you are a brilliant writer who just sits down and genius flows out of you, you probably should not be wasting your time with something like file organization theory. You should probably just be writing. But if you're a regular part-time writer with a day job, like most of us, and you're using tools like this to help you be more efficient with the limited time that you have, it's important to keep organized. What you've probably noticed here is that with org mode, you can separate the source file from the destination file. So what's the benefit of that? Well, for example, when you export any document from org mode, the new exported file is saved in the same directory as your source file. So there's no problem with that. But if you export to different formats, or you have different documents that are destined for different places, sometimes publishers may have slightly different manuscript requirements. So then your working directory may start to get cluttered. And if you, for any reason, want to keep parallel versions of your work, for example, you might have one file that's going to a beta reader and a file that went to an agent, or a file that went to a critique group, it starts to add up, and things can get pretty cluttered. So remember, you can use the export file name option to have your exported files go to a different directory in your file system. So that looks like this. So this not only lets you export the file to different locations, but actually change the file name itself. However, if you are managing parallel versions, I would suggest using branches and something like Git in version control. But that is definitely a topic for another video, so don't worry about that for now. I will likely be doing a whole series on Git for writers, so stay tuned for that. For now, we've covered some advanced export options for your org mode documents, so I will leave the video right there. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to share the video with someone who may get value out of it as you have. But I'll see you in the next one.